Hey, what's going on, guys? Archer Mark here. I'm back with another video for you. And a couple of videos back, uh, I gave you some Comic-Con tips, a little New York Comic-Con survival guide, or they were pretty much tips you could use for any kind of con, Dragon Con, or anything, Kamikaze, anything like that you may have gone to in the past, or going to, or what have you. But I couldn't quite get fit everything into that video. There's a couple things I forgot about, and there was a couple little things that I thought about after the fact. So I thought, what the heck, we'll do one more video. We'll give you a little part two to the original video. And if you want to check out the first video, feel free. Be on my channel. First thing is getting there. This is going to be very specific to New York Comic Con because that's what's coming up. So you could there's a ferry you could take in. You can drive into the city if you're crazy. I would not advise driving into. Driving around that city is got to be cuckoo. I don't know how cab drivers do it all day. But some people don't mind that. Some people don't care. But my preferred way, especially I guess if you're coming from Jersey or maybe another state close to that, is you just take the bus in, and that's how me and my friends do it. We're coming from Jersey, and there's a bus that takes you all the way into the city to the Port Authority. So that is basically my preferred route. So if that's the way you're going, of course, like so many of us have on our phones, there's GPS or there's some sort of map program that you could use, depending on what phone you have. So I'm sure you could pull up directions. But just thought I'd give you some quick little directions. If you're taking the bus to Port Authority and going from Port Authority to the Javits Center, which is very, very close from there. It's very simple, basically. You go out the front door and you're going to make a right. And you're going to come a couple steps away is this big giant statue of Jackie Gleason. And for those of you, if you don't know who Jackie Gleason is, just ask your parents. Hopefully they know. If they don't know, then I can't help you. Somebody in your family should know who Jackie Gleason is. Especially when it comes to associated to buses and, of course, that associates you with Port Authority. Anyway, let's go on there. So you make it a right. You go past the Jackie Gleason statue. You just go all the way to the corner till you can't go anymore. Now, just a little side note. Directly across from that corner, there's a pizza place that me and my friends usually go to after the con, at least once or twice of the times that we go, the days that we go. And I can't remember the name of the place, but it's right there. You really can't miss it. But they have awesome pizza, and it's only $1 for a slice, and you can't beat that. It's great value. But anyway, that's a thing for another day. But anyway, so you get to the corner and just make a right and just keep going a couple of blocks. Before you know it, you'll be at the Javits Center. Just keep going straight. It's a big building. You really can't miss it. Just get off where you hear the stormtroopers and zombies, and you're there. And of course, there's big giant signs that say "Welcome to the Javits Center" and New York Comic Con, all this other stuff. So it's not like you're gonna walk past it and be like, "Oh, geez, it was back the other way." No. So that's just to let you know. So if you're basically at the Port Authority, you're almost there. It's a quick little hop, skip, and a jump from there. So that's that. Something else I wanted to talk about in the other video, and I just forgot about. One thing, for some people, this may not be of any interest. For others, it may be of little interest, maybe big interest, and that's. One thing that there is to do there's celebrities to meet, and there's people from some of your favorite TV shows and movies and all kinds of things. And you can there's photo ops, and you can get their autographs and whatnot. Photo ops are a whole separate thing. But I am very big into collecting autographs. and it's just something, you've seen in some of my other videos. There are some older videos on my channel going through my whole autograph collection. If you want to go back and take a look at those, that'd be pretty cool. And if you've been watching for a while, I'm sure you've seen these in the background at some point. In fact, again, I've done videos, and these are all my Star Wars autographs. But of course, you're paying, and it varies how much you pay for these autographs. Depends on who the person is. They could be $20. They could be $75, $80, $100. I think Mark Hamill 2 years ago was $120, but that may seem like a lot of money, and it is a lot of money. To me, it was completely worth it. But you're paying whatever you're paying for these things. You want to get them home in one piece, and you want to protect them. So I have these things here, which I like, and hopefully these. Some of you may have seen these. You may have these yourself, but they're like top loaders for like baseball cards or any kind of non-sports cards, but they're meant for 8x10 photos. And you could fit one on each side if you want, double up if you want to. I've gathered these. They're just top loads. See right top. They're pretty strong and sturdy, and they'll keep your photos from bending, and they'll protect them. They're pretty good. I've gathered these over the years. There used to be a store near me that sold. There was sports collectibles and other things, and comic books and things like that. But they also sold the stuff to protect your cards. They had binders and card protectors and things like this at various sizes that you could, for even some big enough to hold like a magazine cover, if you got something like that signed, or 8x10s like this, or even a bigger size photo, 11x18 or what have you. Even smaller ones you'll see 4x6, like things like that. So I've gotten a bunch of these over the time, and sometimes when I bought an autographs, these will be included and whatnot. And anyway, so it's a nice thing that I would recommend getting a hold of if you can. Down in where they have Artist Alley, and there's all the like unsigned artists, there was one table that had supplies like this, that you can get things to hold the imagery that you buy, paintings from these people that you can buy, prints and whatnot. And I didn't know if they had things like this, because I wasn't looking for them because I already had them, but they may have them as well there. If you go into, again, comic book stores, or if you have any kind of baseball collectibles store, something like that, they may have things like this as well. So they're really good. Again, if you want to get them home before you get them home, you want to get them home before, undamaged, before eventually, if you're gonna frame them or whatnot. And also, just again to show you these frames, I got at like places like Walgreens and Rite Aids and CVS and stuff like that, or any kind of, even a supermarket if they have a photo section. They're cheap frames. They're good enough to protect the photos, but you can get them for $2-3 maybe. Unless you want to go and get something really expensive, but I don't think it's necessary. But that's me. So that's good as well. But of course, the top loaders are good for while you're carrying them around before you get them home, and eventually frame them if you choose to frame them. And I'll show you these. This is just a sample of a couple of my autographs, just to see what they look like. Of course, you could put them any way you want. This is one of my Ray Park autographs, and this is my Adam West Burt Ward, just to show you what they look like in there. And it'll keep them from the photos from getting bent, and it'll protect the autograph and whatnot, and they're good. Okay, one other thing that I wanted to talk about, that I thought about this after the fact. I don't know if any of you guys have been watching. There's a new show on Sci-Fi Channel called Fangasm, and you have 7 guys and girls, and they're all in this house, and they're interning for Stan Lee and working on his. He has this thing called Kamikaze, which is basically just like a Comic Con, like any other Dragon Con or whatever. Like, but it's Stan Lee's like Comic Con basically. It's his own personal kind of stamped convention con, however you want to put it. So they're working on. They were talking about cosplayers and female cosplayers and things like, in particular, and guys as well, and about not some people get a little kind of grabby with these cosplayers, and is that just part of? Should they expect that? Is that is it something that that should be worked on to kind of tone down a little bit? I don't know. Not to, just, and that got me thinking. First of all, I'll show you. If any of you are familiar with this, is a cosplayer. I didn't realize this until last year. This is a girl named Jessica Negri, who she's like a professional cosplayer. I didn't realize that there are some people that actually do this as a job. And there's also a show that was also on the Sci-Fi Channel called Heroes of Cosplay that was talking about this, and people that are very into this stuff. And it got me thinking about something else that maybe is not too cool to do. Yes, you're going to have the female cosplayers, and they're dressed in the sexy outfits you see Wonder Woman or Catwoman, or, of course, no con can be complete without a couple of slave Leias. You're going to see that if you've ever been to these shows, or if you're going to be at New York Comic Con. They're still women. You want to take a picture with them. Don't grab their ass. That's not cool. Don't try and cop a feel. You put your arm, by their shoulder, or maybe by their waist or whatever. That's fine. Take a picture. You get whatever. Move on. Don't be lecherous. Don't be getting all grabby. I'm sure they don't appreciate that. And some people are like, well, they're dressing these sexy, and their boobs and their butts are hanging out, and they expect it. No, that people don't. I'm sure they don't want that. Anyway, I was just thinking. So don't be Mr. Ass Grab. And also another thing don't do hover hands. If anyone don't know, like, let's say you gotta pretend there's a person next to me, and I'm putting my arm, and they go like this. And they're so like worried about like, oh, can I touch them or not? And they have the hands like hovering above their shoulder. That's gonna freak people out even more. And like this, because you're making the girl nervous, or the guy, whatever the case may be, just nervous because they're like, is this person gonna what are they gonna do? Don't do the hover hands. So that's another thing. Don't do the hover hands, and don't be Mr. Grabby Ass. So I'm sorry, I'm trying to inject a little bit of humor into these things. So that's it. Those are the 3 things I wanted to talk about: the top loaders and the cosplayer, and a little bit of directions. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Again, if any of you guys are going to be at New York Comic Con, let me know. Message me through Facebook, or I have a Twitter. And if you go on my homepage, links to my Facebook and Twitter are there. Message me through YouTube, however you want to do it. But if you're gonna be there, let me know. It'd be cool to meet up with someone. It'd be really cool. If that's possible, maybe we could do a video together or something. I don't know, but it'd be cool. But anyway, that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. Hope you enjoyed this video. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about this, the cosplay thing, or autographs, or does that interest you to get autographs? Do you not care about that stuff? But I'm always interested to hear your thoughts on stuff like this. So, so long. Have a good day, and what the hell? May the force be with you.